Tony D and Little Joan with a screenwriter's rant on 4 different trailers. They're all different. Number 1, Burning Body movie. Number 2, Cassandro, about a effeminate Mexican wrestler. Number 3, It Lives Inside, a horror movie. And finally, Still Up, a goofy Apple TV sitcom, I'll say. Smash a like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. Links in the description. Comedy Horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys. Books 1 through 12. Available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. Now, The Burning Body, it's really hard to follow because they're speaking Spanish, and Spanish tends to go by very fast, and there's a lot of information, and I can't read the subtitles fast enough. That's going to be a real handicap in a movie like this, because you have to figure, I mean, it's a mystery. You have to figure out what's going on. So, I don't know. This is a Netflix adaptation or Netflix movie. I'm sure it's good, because Netflix tends to buy really good foreign movies, but man, this is going to be tough to follow for me. If you speak Spanish, I'm sure it won't be tough at all, but it's a murder mystery. It centers around this girl, and it starts with the burned body of her possible ex-lover, and they're trying to figure out who did it, but she's also sleeping with one of the cops, I think, and so maybe he did it too. Not quite sure. First act, I think he's probably already dead. And then they're doing the investigation, and then through flashback we learn stuff about him, and then second act, I think she gets involved with one of the cops, and I don't know, it's inspired by a true story, and then there's more intrigue as she seduces the cop, but really she's probably one of the murderers, if not the murderer. And final act, you get to figure out who it is, hopefully. I believe it starts September 8th. Yeah, September 8th. So, I mean, it looks intense. I like the music. Let's see. No flame self-ignites, and this one spreads like wildfire. Ursula Colbero, Money Heist, plays Rosa in Burning Body, a story inspired by true event. Premieres on Netflix September 8th. So it looks good. Again, I just think it's going to be tough to follow unless you speak Spanish. Speaking of Spanish, Cassandro, about an effeminate Mexican wrestler. He starts out as a normal lucha libre, but then realizes he can make more money if he performs as an exotico. In other words, than an effeminate wrestler like that, but they're very unpopular and they always lose, so he wants to win, and so he becomes one that wins, and he gets a little too famous. It's based on another true story, and then it's about him dealing with that. So this, I think, is his mom, and then he's also got a boyfriend, so it's about his rise and fall to fame. Written by David Teague and Roger Ross Williams. Directed by Roger Ross Williams. It looks okay. September 22nd. So, typical rise and fall of a sports figure. First act, he's always wanted to be a Mexican wrestler, and he eventually becomes one, but he's like a small guy, so he's a runt, and he can never win. They won't let him win. He's not popular enough. So, in order to get more popular, he becomes an exotico. He starts performing as an exotico in the second act, and suddenly now he's famous. Everybody starts talking about him, but they won't let him win at first, and then maybe he wins a game or wins a match, and now they're like, oh well, we can build this up, but you still got to lose, right? And then he becomes too famous, and now the luchadors are mad at him, and maybe they beat him up, or his boyfriend or whatever. And then at the end of the movie, I don't know, I guess he wins a big match and becomes champion for the first time. First time an exotico wins. He just becomes super popular. I mean, it doesn't look like a bad movie. Let's see what the write-up says. Starring Bad Bunny. Oh, isn't he like a singer or something? Synopsis. Saul Hernandez, a homosexual amateur wrestler from El Paso, Texas, rises to international stardom when he creates a character, Cassandro, the Liberace of Lucha Libre. He upends not just the macho wrestling world, but also his own life. I mean, that doesn't sound bad. It looks okay. I mean, for a one-shot movie, maybe. This is a pretty standard horror movie. It Lives Inside. I know I've seen this one before. I don't think I did a trailer analysis of it. But I believe it's based on some sort of Hindi myth. And it's about some sort of spirit that slowly possesses you and drains you of life. And so it looks like they're following the myth pretty closely in the movie. It gets creepier and creepier and it starts killing people, and they have to give it an offering in order to appease it. And it's a couple of high schoolers who are at the center of it all. It Lives Inside. Looks pretty good. In theaters September 22nd. And finally, Still Up. I thought this said Shut Up when I looked at it, but no, it says Still Up. It's about two friends, a man and a woman, who are both insomniacs, and at night they call each other to talk about how they can't sleep. But they're really best friends, and it messes up her relationship because her boyfriend feels like she doesn't come to life until after he goes to sleep, because she's always talking with her friend and vice versa. He gets a girlfriend, she's trying to help him, but really they're both in love. It's a series, so I assume it's going to be like, will they get together? Will they not get together? It takes place in London. I don't know if they're trying to push the platonic angle of this or what. They seem to be trying to push hard that no, they're platonic. They're not going to have sex with each other, but I would imagine that's where it's going to lead to. September 22nd. And then once they get together, they both sleep like babies. Still Up, a new comedy series about two people not sleeping together or at all, premieres September 2nd. Bonded by insomnia, best friends Lisa and Danny stay connected late into the night and find a way through the wonderful world where weird surprises of their relationship deepens. So they probably do end up together eventually. It's like a 5th season thing. Maybe. I don't know. I don't. I mean, it looks like a okay premise. It doesn't. I don't think I would build the whole show around that though. But I don't know. Maybe they could sustain it. It's English. The cast seems nice. Would I watch it? I wouldn't go out of my way to avoid it. It's not something I'd look for. Maybe if it was on, somebody I knew wanted to watch it, I probably wouldn't be opposed to it. But I probably wouldn't watch it on my own. Okay, so we got 4 things. Still Up. It Lives Inside. Cassandro and Burning Body. These are tough. The first 2 are not in English, so that's an issue because I constantly got to read. Now, this is really an issue in Burning Body, I think, because you got to know stuff. Cassandra, not as much. It does look pretty good. It Lives does look good. It looks okay. Hard to tell. I guess on top, I would put It Lives Inside. I kind of want to see the background of the monster they have on this, so I would put this on top. Close second would be probably Cassandro, because it looks fun. Looks like he's having a good time. I don't know, as long as it's not too serious. It looks like it'll be mostly light. Number 3 would be The Burning Body. That looks pretty good. Even though I would probably have to keep stopping it and going back to see what the hell they said. It does look pretty intense. And then on the bottom would be Still Up, just because it's a sitcom. This I'd probably end up watching this, though, more likely than the other three, just because it's short. But it looks fine. They all look fine. I'm not dying to see any one of them, but gun to my head, I guess It Lives Inside would be my top choice. Anyhow, that's it for me, Tony D, and Little Joan. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more based takes. If you can find a more based take, I say take it. I'll be at the book club in Pennsville at Fort Mont, 5:30 on Thursday. Then on Saturday, I'll be at the Richland Antique Show in Richland, New Jersey. Then on Sunday, Nerdfest in the Swedesboro Hotel there. Also in Swedesboro, New Jersey. All right, that's it. We'll see you.